Welcome to Understanding Regulations, Liability and Ethics in the Aesthetic Industry, the podcast dedicated to providing valuable insights into the regulatory landscape, liability considerations, and ethical principles that govern the aesthetic industry. In this episode, we'll explore the importance of understanding regulations, mitigating liability risks, and upholding ethical standards to ensure compliance and promote safe practices in aesthetic procedures. Navigating regulatory requirements. Let's begin by navigating the regulatory requirements that impact the aesthetic industry. Government regulations. Discuss federal, state, and local regulations governing aesthetic procedures, including licensure requirements, scope of practice guidelines, and facility regulations. Medical Board guidelines. Explore guidelines and regulations set forth by medical boards and regulatory agencies, outlining standards of care, safety protocols, and patient protections. Mitigating liability risks. Explore strategies for mitigating liability risks associated with aesthetic procedures. Informed consent. Emphasize the importance of obtaining informed consent from patients, including risks, benefits, alternatives, and potential outcomes of aesthetic treatments. Documentation and record keeping. Discuss best practices for maintaining accurate and thorough patient records, documenting informed consent, treatment plans, and post-procedure care instructions. Upholding ethical standards. Examine ethical principles and standards of conduct in the aesthetic industry. Patient confidentiality. Highlight the importance of patient confidentiality and HIPAA compliance, ensuring the protection of patient privacy and sensitive information. Professional integrity. Discuss the ethical obligation of practitioners to uphold professional integrity, honesty, and transparency in their interactions with patients and colleagues. Addressing ethical dilemmas. Explore common ethical dilemmas faced by practitioners in the aesthetic industry. Advertising practices. Address ethical considerations related to advertising and marketing practices, including truth in advertising, avoiding deceptive claims, and promoting realistic expectations. Financial considerations. Discuss ethical considerations related to financial transactions, such as fee structures, payment policies, and financial incentives, ensuring transparency and fairness in billing practices. Promoting patient safety and well-being. Highlight strategies for promoting patient safety and well-being in aesthetic procedures. Continuing education. Emphasize the importance of ongoing education and training to stay updated on the latest advancements, techniques, and safety protocols in aesthetic procedures. Patient advocacy. Encourage practitioners to prioritize patient advocacy, ensuring patient safety, satisfaction, and well-being are paramount in all aspects of care delivery. As we conclude this episode of Understanding Regulations, Liability, and Ethics in the Aesthetic Industry, remember that adherence to regulations, mitigation of liability risks, and commitment to ethical standards are essential for promoting patient safety, maintaining professional integrity, and ensuring compliance with legal and ethical requirements in the aesthetic industry. Thank you for tuning in, and may you uphold these principles to provide safe, ethical, and high-quality care to your patients.